Hello guys, welcome to TMX Adventures. Lisa here. Today I'm going to show you a sorbet, but it's not just any sorbet. It's a sorbet that has a bit of a twist to it, to the kind of the feeling of you've gone out and you've either bought it or maybe you've got it as like a palate cleanser at a restaurant. This is what it reminds me of, because it's not just your standard sorbet that you might have seen at your demo. So come along today, I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful sorbet. Now I have added it to Cookie Dough 3.0 because, can I get back a step? Maybe I can't. Is it forward? Nope, it starts the recipe. Okay, so I have added it to Cookie Dough 3.0. I've already gone ahead in a step. And it is on Recipe Community. So I will try and link it below. A customer introduced me to this recipe very many years ago, and we love it because it is so much more than just that standard sorbet, which is sugar, ice, and fruit. Okay, quick fruit sorbet though, if you need something super quick, or say those of you who are mums and you've got kids that leave half-eaten apples and pears and bananas, quick fruit sorbet is your way to use those up. But this is next level. Okay, this is something you could serve at a dinner party and people would think you are a phenomenal chef, or they think you bought it. Okay, so bring it over on 3.0 from Recipe Community, and we're going to go straight into the recipe. First thing it's asking for is a kefir lime leaf. Now these are these beautiful lime leaves that come off a tree. The limes themselves, you can't, I think you can pickle them, but I don't think there's much more you can do. If I didn't have access to a tree, I'd buy a packet and freeze the rest. And if I was really at a pinch, I would grab a lime and peel a little bit of the lime skin with a peeler and chuck that in instead. Yes, you're going to get a different tasting product, but I think it'd be amazing anyway. By the way, if you're watching on, do say hello. I'd love to know you're watching. So first things first, place a dry lime leaf, add 150 grams of raw sugar. Seems like a lot of sugar. It is. I'm going to pull it down to 100, but it's beautiful, okay? And even 100 is lovely as well. I'll give you some more tips around that in a minute. There we go, 102. Close that off. Next. Now it wants to mill for 10 seconds on speed 9. So this is where your room absolutely smells amazing. By the way, I took the time when I transferred it from Recipe Community to put in the weighing steps and the speed steps, because I love the ease of being able to just press the underline thing and spin it up. If you're not familiar with Cookie Dough 3.0 and you need a bit of a hand getting your head around it, I'm more than happy to help you, so just reach out. So 10 seconds, speed 9, let's spin it up. We're making that beautiful icing sugar. Hey Lynn, lovely to have you on. Is it cold or warm where you are? I know you're down in Tassie, so what's the weather like down there? Because it is, summer has been cold for us, and now on day 6 of summer, it is decided that it's going to be roasting. Apparently heat waves, so hence the reason we're making ice cream for afternoon tea. Check that out. Can you see that sugar dust coming out? I do have the fan going very fast above me. This room smells amazing now because it's got that kefir lime leaf in it. That sugar has turned into icing sugar. You can see there's a little bit of leaf left there, but not much. And it's ready to go. Next step, okay? So let's close that step and go over to the next button on the side. Add 300 grams of frozen raspberries. Now I'm cheating. I'm just going to use a mixed pack of berries. I'm going to bring up the scales though. And let's put them in. Now a couple of tips on mixed berries. Try and avoid using these in something that has smaller berries attached, because otherwise what happens is you end up with those massive chunks left at the end that haven't quite been used up yet, because the recipe of course called for the raspberries. I don't mind putting blueberries in with the raspberries, but those massive chunks, like the size of a blueberry for example, is very different to one of those massive ginormous strawberries that are frozen. So little tip from, I use frozen berries a lot, is that you put them aside and at the end use them on their own in a recipe. Like they're fine if you're putting all of these massive big strawberries in one go. It's if you've got these little things, and like that strawberry's okay. He's not massive. He'll go down in happily in with those things. It's that when you've got those ginormous ones, leave them till the end and use them in your smoothie or something, but use all your big ones in one go. Okay, they're just a little tip for frozen stuff. All right. Hence the reason my hands are getting in here with it. Didn't even bring a towel in to clean my hands. Hello, Suzanne. Very cold. Wow, in the Netherlands. You guys have the opposite of us. Okay, 300 grams, spot on. Okay, wondering what I'm going to do with my raspberry hand now. I guess I'm going to, oh, actually, better still, the next step on the screen says 400 grams of coconut water. Now, does it say water or cream? Yeah, coconut milk, sorry, coconut milk. So what I've done is I had half a can of coconut cream in the fridge that's half used for something else. I topped it with water, okay, because that's actually how to make coconut milk. So 400 grams of that goes in. And then we're nearly done. Can I do it left-handed? Close the screen off, click on next. Blend for 10 seconds, speed 9. Now in this blend time, you're going to see me run out of this room, dash to the bathroom next door, wash my hand and come back, okay? So I will be back in a second to do the next step, which we're adding some ice. So give me a moment, I won't be long. I'm back. Hands are pretty much clean. I even managed to dry them. Alrighty. So we blitzed that there, and you can imagine with that short time as well, you really wouldn't have time for those massive strawberries, which I still have on the bench. I need to remember to put it back in the bag to go, you know, to get blitzed into it. You really don't want to do that. But you can see at the moment it's a bit like a slushy in there. My top camera has a disco problem. It seems to think it rotates left and right. All right, we're finishing off now. One more ingredient to put in, 300 grams of ice. And I love this recipe because it doesn't have a ginormous amount of ice. It's only got 300 grams. Now, mine has been sitting, this is the 500 ml thermo server. Oh, there's water in there too. I might try and just jump around. Oh, it's frozen together. There it goes. I am trying to avoid putting, I didn't bring my scales up. There we go. I was going to say, I'm trying to avoid putting I'm going to just leave the water behind. Some of it came out of my ice maker, okay? So it hasn't melted in there. Thermoservers are quite good at holding the temperature, but the water did come out. I have water that comes out before and after my ice. So 300 grams. So I love the fact that a lot of your sorbets use like a kilo of ice, right up like a quite heavy amount of ice. This just has 300 grams. Now I'm not going to dawdle much longer because it's hot and it's melting. So blend for 45 seconds, speed 9. Now hang around with me for 45 seconds. I'm not going to try and talk over it, but it is well worth seeing the final product. I've got a thermoserver here to put it in. I've got an ice cream scoop. I'll show you the texture. So let's spin that up and I'll stop talking. Actually, I'll go tip the water out so I can... Done. That's as simple as it is. So this camera here, I need to figure out how to stop it from rotating on me. I can't figure out if it's upside down or not. So there we go, look at that. That is just absolutely beautiful in there. Where'd it go? I wonder how I stopped that. Never used to do that. All right, there we go. So that's actually finished. It's as simple as that. So you've got over 1 litre worth of beautiful ice cream in there. It will freeze nicely as well and come back quite a good texture because, try and turn that round if it'll stop moving, because it's got that coconut in there, which stops it setting super duper hard. Now, truth be known, that's runnier than it would normally be, okay? To probably that little bit of water in there, possibly not enough ice because I didn't weigh the beginning of the ice. I'm not sure, I don't think my kids are going to complain though, but it is normally thicker than that, okay? Just... that would not be the normal texture, and you can see how beautiful coloured that is in there as well. But yeah, it's normally thicker than that. So now I'm going to just show you the final product. I was also going to show you how amazing the rose gold ice cream scoop is. However, being that it's the texture that it is, I don't know that I can scoop that very well. But the rose gold, yeah, see, look, it's kind of just combining together and rolling over. But if you're looking for an ice cream scoop, I can highly suggest the rose gold scoop from the Mix Shop, okay? No point me showing that in action today because it's just not going to hold its form. Give this a go though, okay? You will not be disappointed with the smell, the taste, the texture. Well, texture today's a bit runny, but normally, okay, it's phenomenal. It is just a beautiful one. And as I said, you could pre-make this, put it in your thermo server, put it in the freezer with the lid on, because it would then be a beautiful texture and it would hold its time then until your dinner party's over and you want to serve it. Okay, so I would highly suggest this recipe. You could then dust it with some icing sugar and it would just be next level. All right, so otherwise, guys, thanks for joining me today. Those of you in Australia, remember the $29 bowl offer is on only for a few more days. Okay, so check in with your friends and family who maybe have seen a Thermomix on your bench and asked questions about what's this, what does it do? Or maybe those who've been to your demos before. Okay, please let them know. Go, hey, do you know what you're getting for Christmas? Maybe a Thermomix might be a really good thing, because really we know it changes your kitchen. You know that it changes your kitchen, what you want to do, what you can do, what you feel confident to do. So, you know, things like whipping up a sorbet in the afternoon when it is ridiculously hot. It's not stressful. It's just something you can do in seconds in your Thermomix. What would that have been like? Less than 1 minute blending in the Thermomix. So make sure they know that that deal is on, because getting a second bowl for $29, saving $50. No, hang on. Maths is not right. I don't know. $300 and something, okay? whatever 375 is minus $29 is your saving. So I mean, you're saving a bucket load of money, and I love nothing more than having extra bowls, okay? I have 3 bowls to 2 Thermomixes. 4 bowls I find people don't wash up in my house. I have had 4 to 2 before. I find inevitably they don't fit through the dishwasher and then people don't wash them up, so that annoys me. But when I only had 1 Thermomix, I had 2 bowls. Okay, it is a game changer for the ease of things. Okay, so just being able to whip up that icing sugar midway through a recipe. You know, when it says, oh, add almond flour, and you're like, oh, I don't have almond meal, I don't have it, you can just whip it up, while you've got your other bowl still dirty and being used for something else. So, and pavlovas, of course, at this time of year, you know, meal down your sugar in one and then add it to your egg whites in the other. So otherwise, guys, if I can help you or a friend or family member get a Thermomix, please do reach out. I love to support you and them to get the very most out of it and get started with it and on the right track. But otherwise, I'm going to see you for some more cooking tomorrow. This will go up on YouTube soon too, so thank you to my YouTube community as well for your support. But I shall see you then. Take care, and I hope you'll give this recipe a go. Bye for now.